formal alliance or formal organization. It's just a meeting of governments and countries who want to exchange views and to see what are the common interest, convergency of interest and all this. And the summit meeting was the first ever between among the 4 countries. And we were able to have some meaningful discussions about international economic situation, the political situation as well, the environment, the question of energy, the question of the exchange of technology and trade, the international trade, WTO.
All kinds of subjects.
So all kinds of subjects. It was really a kind of get-together. Each of us, Brazil and Russia and India and China, already have a very solid relation bilaterally.
I see.
But it was the first time that the 4 met together to see what were the convergences that we have, so that we could have a constructive participation in the world discussions. Because, mind you, these 4 countries account nowadays for about 15% of the world GDP,
yes.
About $3 trillion of international reserves and gold and all, about 40% of world population. So I think this is a sizable grouping that could give a constructive contribution to improving the international atmosphere, to try to help to find responses to the current economic situation, etc.
Hope that the cooperation among those BRIC countries could enhance the recovery of the economic situation at this time, I guess.
I think this is all the disposition, yes, to be the constructive
When we look at the size of the economy of those 4 countries, the impact of any decision that these 4 countries are making would be very much enormous. And particularly when we hear about the words of super currency, because of the declining and weakening the dollar currency after the financial crisis started. The discussion about the super currencies are popping out. What's the chances for that?
Well, there was, of course, discussion about the current financial situation, but of course we are not an organization to take decisions or any such kind of attitude. So we were just exchanging ideas and views and see how we could contribute to the current discussion internationally. All the 4 countries, like Korea, are members of the G20, which is really now trying to find a more comprehensive answer to the current crisis. I think that we could have a really profitable discussion and contribution within the G20, together with Korea, together with G8 and all other countries.
Yes. So, incidentally, for that G20, in the last London meeting in April, your country, UK and Korea was designated as a troika to come up with some sort of solution for recovery of the world economic situation. Particularly Brazil, what your country can do for the recovery of the world situation?
Well, I think that this troika is a very interesting mechanism that is something similar to what we see in some other groupings, that you have one coordinator and then you have the next coordinator and the last coordinator. So troika is usually these 3 personalities or 3 actors, the present and the past and the future. The important thing is that these 3 countries will have experience to exchange and to give continuity to the discussions. So the previous coordinator can pass on the experiences of past discussions, and the present one will be the one who will try to find some concrete ways and means to improve the situation, and the next one is already going to learn from the experience of the previous 2.
I see.
So I think Brazil and Korea, in this sense, will be able to find a very good space for cooperation, for close coordination, together with the United Kingdom, who is the outgoing coordinator.
I see, I see. Japanese is known for its the bullet train, TGV for France, and for Korea we have KTX in operation for a few years now. And then I understand that your country is also planning to construct a expressway train. What's the chances that you will consider the Korean experience in your project?
We are having now a very important comprehensive program of modernization of the infrastructure of the country,
I see.
especially railway, highways, port facilities, storage, everything. And so we are having a general program called comprehensive program that is a partnership between the government and the private business. And we are opening tenders and procurement process internationally. In the field specifically of railways, we know exactly that, yes, the countries you mentioned, Korea, France, Japan, Germany, have very high technology in this field, and we are looking forward to their proposals. I'm sure personally that Korea has a very good chance because I have experienced the train here.
Good to hear that. Thank you very much.
Yes, we also, not only the fact that it's a good technology, but the fact that the Korean ideas apparently are more encompassing. It's not only the technology of the train itself, but also the development of the infrastructure, the urbanization, and this is something that is very meaningful for a country the size of Brazil, and sharing of cooperation in joint initiatives, technology, everything counts in evaluating the importance of the proposals.
Okay. I'd like to turn to one very important subject which it has an impact to all human beings around the world. The climate change. There's a growing concern about this greenhouse effect and the need for preserving the biological structure right now. And then whenever we discuss about the subject, always Brazil is popping up with the long and vast Amazon River, and then there's a discussion about the Amazon Fund. What is this about?
This is a very new and important initiative that Brazil is launching with the international cooperation as well, in order to try to help in solving the overall climate change question from the point of view of the natural forests. Like in the case of Brazil, Amazon, of course, is a very important area of the country. It's about half the country. It's bigger than the whole Europe together, and it has the richest biodiversity in the world. And of course, we know that Amazon is so big and so few population living there that it's very difficult to try to monitor everything. But this program seeks exactly to try to go into a positive, constructive way of preserving and keep having a kind of sustainable development of the Amazonian region, so that we do not need to have a kind of a police state in Amazon, but rather to have the people themselves helping and getting aware of the importance of preserving the ecological situation. So the Amazon Fund has many aspects. One is the monitoring, the other one is the technological development, the other one is the reforestation, the other one is to try to to improve the situation of the local people there, because people who live in that area are still very, very modest people. At the same time, I think it is important to observe that the forest question is only one aspect of the overall environment and the climate change problem, because the forest question is 20% of the problem.
I see.
The 80% comes from the industrial fossil fuel burning.
Right.
And in this sense, I think it's important that everything should be